Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games, rated I, and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975, and welcome to another system overview. I always say that with things like this. System overview is a very strong and descriptive term for what this is. Product overview, I would say. I was very kindly sent a My Arcade Championship Edition Street Fighter 2 Microplayer Retro Arcade. I'm not going to mention the person's name because he's asked me not to, because he was sent two. One, ideally it was supposed to be one for him to check out himself, and since he was sent two, he asked me if I wanted one, and I said absolutely. So we're not going to spill the beans on who he is in case there's some sort of recourse for not being honest. Nah. Anyway, I was super excited about this. I was aware that this was a product. I'm a big fan of the My Arcade product range. If you've seen any of the videos on my channel, you will know that I have a bunch of their little My Arcade arcade players. Basically, they're really nicely designed. They're not particularly practical for if you wanted to play a professional, a solid, proper, I don't know, completionist run. I'm absolutely struggling for words. I have no idea why. It's the heat. But yeah, but they are essentially design pieces, or to display pieces, I should say, and I think they're absolutely lovely. They're about £20. Again, I've been sent a bunch of these. They also do something, a microplayer, which is essentially the exact same internal gubbins, but as a little handheld player, and I like those as well. But they are NES on a chips. They are not the arcade ROM, which I always thought was a bit poor. But do you know what? You don't, like I said, you don't buy them if you're serious about experience the game that is on them. And also, you can, across the entire range, all the games exist on the chip. They are hackable, so you can select which game you would like to play. But as you can see, this beast is a whole other different ball game when it comes to size. And out of curiosity, I did look up what this cost, and I have to say, quite staggered. It's very expensive for what it is. What it is exactly, we don't truly know yet, because I have not experienced it, and I have deliberately stayed away from watching any videos out there on it to kind of affect what I think about it for myself when I play it. But basically, obviously, what is it now? 1991, 30 years old. Street Fighter 2 is 30 years old. Such a big deal when I was a kid. Such a big deal when it came to the SNES. I had the Super Famicom version in 1992, and it cost me back then £75. No idea what that is with inflation now, but a bloody lot. And all summer 1992, me and my mates, we played Winner Stays On. Just playing Street Fighter 2. I was pretty bloody popular those school holidays, I can tell you. First time I experienced it in the arcades was in Boston, in America, when we went to stay with my dad's brother, because he emigrated there, and it was in a place called the Winner's Circle, and it was a diner, and it had a big fat projection screen in there as well, and a bar, had a bunch of sort of bar top type games, as well as arcade cabinets. And they had that, they had Mad Dog McCree, and they had The Simpsons, and they may have had Turtles. I'm not sure, I can remember that, but I absolutely loved Street Fighter. I sucked at it, but a fighting game with 6 buttons was absolutely, and obviously it set the modern standard, basically created the modern competitive fighting game. I mean, there had been things before it, such as this, but yeah, Street Fighter. If you like fighting games today, then you owe a big thank you to Street Fighter. So it's got some weight. It's very nicely packaged. I'll read what it says on the side to you, but basically we'll have a look at like a cabinet more so when we get it out. But it's just got these wonderful graphics, because obviously I'm going to display this in the actual case. Got your instructions and your guidance. You can link two cabinets together, and again, the art design, you know, on this box is absolutely fantastic. Game history: the legendary arcade classic Street Fighter II Champion Edition was released in 1992. This is the first, you know, refinement. It was released in 1992 and featured revolutionary gameplay, including multi-button combinations and addictive head-to-head action. 12 characters can now directly battle each other in 78 different possible match combinations, and the ultimate feature where characters must face their true equal themselves. Wow, deep. And it says on the back, illuminated coin trap, backlit marquee. This is cool, actually. You know, they've clearly made some effort on this. I'm wondering somewhat of the price of this. Obviously, to do with it's going to have different hardware inside, because obviously there was no, well, there is a bootleg NES Street Fighter 2 on the NES, but it's panned, so I've got a video of it. Proprietary co-verse gameplay and original arcade version. Wonder why they went with Championship Edition. Original arcade version of Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Joystick and action buttons use mechanical switches. Oh, interesting. For added accuracy and classic feel. Co-op verse technology allows for head-to-head play by linking two machines. Cable included. That's interesting. Volume control and 3.5mm headphone jack. Power with a micro USB cable not included, or 4 AA batteries not included. That's cool. The rest of it is just different languages, but that is cool that you can power it with a micro USB lead. So, because I don't know what this is going to be like on batteries, but I imagine it's a gobbler, if you will. I have removed the plastic tabs that were holding it down, but I have not opened this. Now, to put this into perspective, price-wise, two of these, if you wanted to play it, that's a bit poor that that's not permanently attached. If you wanted to play co-op, you're looking at 160 quid. You could buy a Pandora. I have a Pandora, which when I checked the price of it, Pandora's box, that basically was £119, which is essentially two 6-button joysticks, and there are instructions. I'm not sure how you get them out, and you know, 6 pads. So I mean, it's a very niche thing. I mean, it's aimed at people like me who like to display things like this. But there is the head-to-head lead. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I was expecting something slightly different than that. But I don't know how tech works. You do get what you get with all these products. A little flyer showing, that's the other type of player that I have a few of them I was talking about. They're essentially the same as my arcades, and these are the cabinets that they have on, I guess this is a full range of, trying to get the glare off it, full range of cabinets, but the Street Fighter one is at the bottom. Oh, look at this. Do you remember when you used to black out Star Wars figures on the back of boxes to not let you know what they were? And you used to stare really hard at them as a kid to see if you could somehow see it. And I don't know why they did that. Was that something to do with figures that weren't going to be available in different markets? But look, coming soon. Coming soon. But these are just regular sized cabinets, because you can see right at the bottom the difference in size from the cabinets to the behemoth that is Street Fighter 2. Put that back in the box. Don't want to lose any of this stuff. Street Fighter 2, I don't know why I took these off. Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Microplayer Retro Arcade User Guide. It's a nice guide. I'm assuming it's it's a whole bunch of different languages. It's just essentially like, you know, put your batteries in, and it's just pointless, to be perfectly honest, because there's no move list or anything like that in there. But then you wouldn't be buying this if you didn't know how to play Street Fighter 2. Let's have a look at the cabinet itself. It comes with a screen protector. Look at that. They are nice and clicky, the buttons, but look at that. That's a bit, I don't know what I was expecting, but that's a bit, yeah. Anyway, Championship Edition Street Fighter 2, either side like that, and the marquee is at the top. You have your jab, strong, fierce buttons. I do like the fact that they are coloured. I cannot remember in the arcade whether they were coloured like that, you know, for some specific reason. You have a start, you have a bunch of characters, you know, down the side. I certainly don't remember Street Fighter 2 cabinets looking like this, but then what do I know? It was 30 years ago. You have a start button, and the around the joystick it is labelled with, you know, again, I can't remember that. Is that just something to make this more displayable? But yeah, jump, back, flip forward, offensive crouch, crouch, defensive crouch, back defense, back flip. Okay, points, because I bought my trusty screwdriver set up. Points for no bloody screw on the battery cover. I cannot tell you how much that gets on my tits. The power is the coin tray there, which is nice. That's insert coin there, and that is menu. We'll have to see what menu does. I really don't know. We're going to take the screen protector off. How big is the screen? Is it the same size? It is slightly bigger than a normal screen on, you know, on a normal retro arcade player. Where is it? Is it 3 point? No, I cannot see. It does not tell me the size of the screen. I'm going to say it go on what, 3 inch, 2.7. I don't know. That's a bit odd. It doesn't actually physically tell you the size of the screen. Let's put some batteries in. I have not fired this up. I haven't even checked these batteries, to be perfectly honest. This could be the world's shortest gameplay ever. Right. There we go. Like I said, oh, the headphone jack. There you go. The headphone jack is there. Where is the volume rocker? I cannot see a volume rocker. I'm sure it said, did it? I don't know. But also, it does have, there you go, My Arcade, Micro Player, Retro Arcade, patent number on the bottom. But it does have rubber feet. That's new. The other ones don't have this. But let's power it on. I'm so professional. Maybe I'll have to go and get some other batteries. That's a bit pants, isn't it? That is a bit pants. Right, the micro USB is down there at the bottom in case you are curious. But I am going to go and get some other batteries. Consummate professional, am I? Ding ding. Round 2. These are fresh. This is an absolute, well, I thought they were fresh, brand new batch of batteries. So I guess we find out if it even works then. Oh, pensive now, hold me. Yep, Energizer Bunny, you can kiss my ass, because these are supermarket owned and they work. Right, I'll put the back on, but yes, oh, slight bit of relief there, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Right, so power on like that. The marquee does light up. I don't know how well you can see that. There you go. Right, so single player. That joystick is not sounding promising. There is sound, cool. So, single player, co-op versus link, as stated. The menu button does nothing at the moment other than make a noise. Right, well, I guess, there we go, single player. I will try and capture some actual gameplay. Might be a bit too strong a descriptive term, but I will try and capture the screen, you know, in a bit closer with me playing it. Not actually sure how I'm going to do that, but so it's the arcade ROM. It is the arcade ROM. Sound. Ooh. Can you see that? The sound doesn't sound that right to me, but what you couldn't see, I will, like I said, capture it, is there was a little bit of screen tearing when it went up the skyscraper, and it didn't look like it was reading it. It didn't look like it was, the grunt could quite handle whatever it is in this, the game. I mean, if you're going to release this, well, we'll hold on that, but if you're going to release something, at least give it, I mean, especially you're going to charge 80 quid, or if you have to charge more to get hardware that can run the arcade. I mean, Jesus, I have calculators that can run Street Fighter 2. How can you not? again, I'll hold off on that, but that's a bit annoying. Press the menu. Here you go into this here, and it's basically restart game, screen, back to game, restart game, screen, full or native. I'm going to go with 4. That's interesting. I do like that it gives you the option to do it. Demo sound on, off, game difficulty 4 down to 1. Interesting. And you can select brightness there. There is no that's a unique menu to this. And again, it's the arcade ROM, not the NES. Well, again, we don't have the NES ROM like the other cabinets they make, but that is cool that there are options. Right, back to game. I cannot find, when you go back to game, it reboots. See if you can see what I was talking about when it goes up the actual building. And I think maybe the sound might be alright. It's just, it's a tin bin, isn't it? It's an absolute tin bin. Wait for it. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm staring too hard. Maybe I should get a white stick. Doesn't look quite right to me. Right, so most awkward way to play it ever on his lap. Where's my start button? Does that sound right to you? It does to me, I think. I think it is just a bit tinny. Oh, I selected Guile. That was a bit of a screw up. This is just for me to see what it plays like. Well, first things first, the screen is phenomenal. See if I can do a... I don't know if that's running what I would call bang on. But the screen itself is phenomenal, very, very nice. That's obviously it's backlit, very bright and very, very sharp. Right, what we shall do now is, I don't know that is running properly. It doesn't appear to be, and that's a bit poor. You had one job to do, and yeah, right. Let's see if I can actually capture some footage of me playing, and then you can truly experience and see if you agree or disagree with me if it's actually running full speed. Right, hopefully you can see that. It's very, very, very difficult to capture the actual image, but hopefully the image quality will do the screen justice, because it in person looks phenomenal. Obviously I've got my camcorder on a tripod pointing down towards it. So, coin in, start. We'll go with Ryu. It'll always be Ryu to me. Right, I'm just going to try with the hard buttons.
Round 1, fight!
Do you know what? Ooh, can he do a... This would be the real bread and butter, wouldn't it? Can he do a fireball? Apparently not. Maybe I will lower the difficulty setting, because the thing is, if you can't do a fireball, then what good is it? Which again is, well, we'll round up at the end about that, because let's be honest, you're not buying this for a competitive round of Street Fighter, are you? Right, let's go into menu. Let's go down to skill. I don't even know if I selected something then, but then the fact that it reboots, so does... I guess that's similar to jumper switches, isn't it, in the arcade? Come on, skip to the end. Right, let's see if we can see it now. I don't know. Maybe the thing is with things like this, it's like my brain is... It's staring too hard. It's looking for stuff that might not be there, but... It doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look right. However, that time around... the speed seemed to be right. Maybe it's a... Well, it can't be a character thing, can it? And like I said, I have calculators that can run this. Ooh! You can do it then. And you can also get a kick in. I don't know why. look, Hurricane Kick. It is possible. I don't know why I'm attempting to do a Dragon Punch. This is not a good joystick, I can tell you that. At least I didn't totally get my ass kicked. I think the speed, actually, I don't know. It doesn't feel 100% to me. Guess I'm listening live. No, you don't. Apparently you do. Awkward pauses because he's actually trying to win. This screen is amazing, absolutely amazing. I think the sound might actually be on, correct. Maybe it doesn't sound quite so tinny when I've got it shoved against the back wall. We'll have a look at another character and then I will round up. Oh, did you see that? Something seemed to pop on the screen then. There we go. Chun-Li. Good old Licorice Thighs herself. The screen seems to be... It's not a smooth transition, is what I'm saying. Oop, yeah. There's definite slowing issues. Alright. What are you bloody manners? Get my ass kicked. I don't know. Isn't that your life? I don't want to try to do a fireball in this iteration. In Champion Edition. Right, one more, come on. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Ouch. Ass kicking by him or me, basically, not the other way around. Why did I pause then? Why did I pause? Oh, double knock. No, I won. What? Now I have to finish the round, don't I? So, the joystick. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting a bloody micro switch joystick on something this big. What did you do? Can you do the heel? Heel, well, it helped when you press kick, Dave. To do the heel stump, it's in this one, isn't it? Oh yeah, forgot about that, off the walls. So listen live? No. That was never going to happen. Oh! Did he win? Oh, you bastard. Right, well, do you know what? Let's round up. So, final thoughts on it. Right, I mean, you're not buying this to play Street Fighter competitively. You're basically buying this as a, for display purposes. It's a very attractive piece of kit. Whether it's out of the package or inside the package, a whole line of these along your shelf will look absolutely Jim dandy. Yeah, you can play Street Fighter on it. The buttons themselves are absolutely fine. I was not expecting micro switch, quality buttons and stuff like that, but the joystick itself is absolutely terrible. I do like the attention to detail. I do like the fact that there is a coin button, obviously because it's an arcade game, and I do like the fact that you have a menu, but once you go into the menu you will reset the ROM. Light up my key, very, very nice. The one absolute most positive thing I can say about this, I like it, I do like it, is the screen itself is absolutely phenomenal. The screen is really, really, really nice. Performance wise, doesn't look right to me, doesn't look right. You play, it's like, I know, if you stare at something too much, it's like my brain wants to find fault with it, but it doesn't quite look like it's got the grunt to run it. Sometimes it feels absolutely fine, and then sometimes things happen, like when you watch the boxes break and things like that, you think there's definite slowdown there, and that title scroll or the building scroll at the start definitely doesn't look right to me. The sound is incredibly tinny, but I think it is for the most part accurate. No volume rocker that I can see. I think that's a bit pants. It does pretty much stay where you stick it if you want to play it, thanks to the feet on the bottom. And again, I don't know how accurate this here, especially this, is to the arcade, but yeah, would I recommend it? See, herein lies the problem. Like I said, for, do you know what, 40 quid more, you can buy a Pandora's box with 3,000 games and Christ knows how many versions of Street Fighter. And if you want to play Street Fighter, that's the sort of thing you would buy, isn't it? Or, you know, buy a compilation for one of your consoles. You're not, like I said, you're not buying this to play competitive Street Fighter. But it is nice that you can join two of them together. But like I said, two of them together is £160. That price is based on Amazon. Whether it is, I mean, if anyone else owns this and anyone else owns this in another country, I'd love to know what you paid for it. I would not be having this unless it was sent to me for free. It's 80 quid. As much as I love Street Fighter and have a massive amount of nostalgia for it, 80 quid is too much bloody money for this. And I don't know if I'd say the build quality is 80 quid's worth of build quality. I walked into that one. But yeah, as a display piece, absolutely fantastic. The most disappointing thing, like I said, is if you're gonna like make the effort like on the cab like this, and you're gonna buy the rights to a game like Street Fighter 2, and you know that people want it, put hardware in the unit that can actually run it one for one, you know, 100% accurately, and especially put hardware in the unit if you're going to charge people 80 quid. Because let's be honest, I doubt sincerely there's more than 12 quid's worth of parts in here, is there, you know, in the land of China. Anyway, I don't want to sound too harsh and critical on it, because I really did want this to be an amazing piece of kit, even though it was only ever going to be display purposes. But it's like you've taken Street Fighter 2 and you've just, when it comes to production and delivering the product, you've fallen short. You've fallen short. Anyway, maybe I'm being overly critical, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, maybe I should get a white sticker, maybe you know, being so critical of it, I'm seeing problems, or my brain's injecting problems into it that aren't actually there. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you have this unit, and if you have two of them and play them head to head. Is there any lag, is there any delay, does it actually work as a, you know, a true competitive version of Street Fighter 2. That would be a cool way to play, but that is the oddest way to play head-to-head Street Fighter. So there are better ways to play Street Fighter. There are better Chinese knockoff handhelds out there that you could buy at least 3 of for 80 quid. So yeah, just short of the mark, I think. Just short of the mark. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.